has been a terrible shooting at a high school in Littleton, Colorado. Because the situation, as I left to come out here, apparently is ongoing, I think it would be inappropriate for me to say anything other than I hope the American people will be praying for the students, the parents, and the teachers. And we'll wait for events to unfold, and then there'll be more to say.
Questions turn to the motive.
I'm gonna pull out a goddamn shotgun and blow your damn head off!
That drove these young men to murder.
I'll rip off your goddamn head!
And whether warning signs were missed.
We're over the west side of the high school right now, and you can see not one, two, but three different bomb squads are here, and the Boulder bomb squad is due on scene momentarily. Bombs, I think, are going to play more and more part of the picture of what went on inside and around Columbine High School today. Three different bomb squads. We know that apparently an exploded pipe bomb was brought out of the school a short time ago, and just a few minutes ago the FAA radioed Sky 9 and asked us to pass on to all of the other aircraft in the area to get away from the west side of the school. And the reason for that is they thought that they had another bomb in a vehicle, and what they did is, and I want to emphasize that we did cooperate and of course passed on the information to all of the other helicopters and fixed-wing traffic in the area, but through technology we are able to give you this picture from Sky 9. It's going to be a little jittery because of the winds here at altitude, but Jim and Kim and our viewers, if you'll notice right at the center of the picture, follow that yellow car, a white car, and then the next car up. It's a dark-colored vehicle. You're looking at the back to the front. There's a white car at the front of it. You can see that the windows in the back have been blown out and the windows to the right have been blown out. Police did that on purpose to try and open the trunk of that vehicle. They thought that was the car that possibly contained a large explosive. You can see at the bottom.
March 5th, 2011. This is David Adams reporting for Independent News International. We have with us today Wesley W. Hoyt, a native of Denver, Colorado, and former prosecuting attorney. And Mr. Hoyt's come in to represent Donna Taylor, the mother of Mark Taylor, who was the first victim shot on that horrible day at Columbine. Currently, Mark is being held in Arizona by the government in a mental health facility run by the state. Mr. Hoyt, how long has Mark been there in that facility?
Mark was involuntarily taken at a local area, Bannergate Hospital, when his mother took him in at the very beginning of January 2010. The family had been exposed to methane gas, and Mark was showing some symptoms that he might be suffering from a seizure. So his mom took him to the emergency room, and they just kept him. And they started medicating him and over-medicating him and telling her that they were helping him. And they engaged in a systematic process of separating Mark's mother, that is Donna Taylor, from Mark. And in fact, as of now, which is more than a year later, the mental health workers have instructed the brothers of Mark Taylor. Mark is the youngest of 7, and he has 5 brothers and 1 sister. And the mental health workers have informed them that they are not to call him anymore. They are forbidden to call Mark. So that means they have successfully now, a year later, separated him from his family. But I will tell you that on Monday of last week, since we've hired an attorney down there, a wonderful, delightful person by the name of Candace Hunter, who has agreed to come forward herself and take on the Mark Taylor case. And she was at court and saw Mark, and he said, "Oh, thank you for coming forward." He was so happy that his mother had sent an attorney to try and rescue him. So, Mr. Adams, it has been over a year now that he has been incarcerated, a prisoner. What do you want to call it?
Wait. There's some things I don't understand, Mr. Hoyt. Let me get this straight. So Donna and Mark are traveling on the road?
What-
They're driving.
Here's what happened.
A year ago, they're driving.
A year ago, they were driving, they were just passing through when he exhibited symptoms of possible seizure, and she took him to the hospital.
Up the emergency room.
To the emergency room.
And where was that?
Bannergate Hospital.
Bannergate.
Mesa, Arizona.
Mesa, Arizona. Where were they on their way to?
They were on their way to California, although they had intended to stop and visit friends in the Phoenix, Arizona area.
Okay. And you say that Mark was put on medications. What medications?
I'm sorry, I don't have that information. They will not release his medical files to his mother at this time, so.
Wait a minute, you have no idea, he's in a mental institution and you have no idea what kind of drugs they're giving him?
We have, Donna was informed that they were antidepressants, probably of the same general character as the assailants at the Columbine high school massacre, that is Klebold and Harris.
Yes, we'll get into that at another date.
As it relates to antidepressants, because Mark felt that Harris and Klebold, who were the attackers at the Columbine massacre, were on antidepressant drugs. And
Well, there's ample evidence to support that.
of course there's ample evidence.
I have the documents. I have the documents of the drugs they were on.
There's no question about that. The question is what effect did they have? And Mark Taylor puts it this way. He says, as Americans, we should have the right to feel safe. And if you're doing your job, meaning you, the FDA, we would be safe. Why are we worried about terrorists in other countries when the pharmaceutical companies have proven to be our biggest terrorists by releasing these drugs on an unsuspecting public? How are we supposed to feel safe at school, at home, on the street, at church, or anywhere else if we cannot trust the FDA to do what we are paying you to do? Where were you when I and my classmates got shot at Columbine? You say antidepressants are effective, so why did they not help Eric Harris before he shot me? According to Eric, they helped him to feel homicidal and suicidal after only 6 weeks on an antidepressant. And then he said that dropping off the drug cold turkey would help him feel the rage he needed to shoot everyone. But he continued on the drug and shot us all anyway. So why did these so-called antidepressants not make him better? I will tell you why. It is because they do not work. We should consider antidepressants to be accomplices to murder.
The whole time I just pretended to be dead.
At the time, it was the worst school shooting in American history.
There were a total of 15 bodies. There were 11 males and 4 females.
While people grieve, questions turn to the motive
I'm gonna pull out a goddamn shotgun and blow your damn head off!
that drove these young men to murder,
I'll rip off your goddamn head!
and whether warning signs were missed.
When you start putting all these pieces together to the puzzle, then you're saying, boy, there's a red flag.
The questions.